Good morning everyone. I am out on a lovely walk with my dogs. I'll show you them in a minute. We're going through an area where there's a lot of wild deer, so they're on the lead at the moment because this time of year, I have spoken about this before, but the wildlife around here, we're into winter now. It's pretty cold this morning. There was a strong frost this morning, but a lot of areas of the country have got snow. And for some of my friends in America and Canada, you've got way more snow than we ever get in the UK. So I mustn't be a wuss about it. But yeah, we're on a lovely dog walk. I'm very well wrapped up. I'm really grateful for having really good clothing that keeps me warm. It's one of the things that I never lose that gratitude for, because I naturally feel the cold a lot. I'm sure I was meant to live somewhere warmer. But actually at the same time, I love the seasons. So today I wanted to talk about something that quite a few people have messaged me about over the last few months, which is I'm too old. So for those of you that are new here, these are my daily thoughts that I often do when I'm out and about on a walk. My name's Catherine. I have a whole range of content on my channel, ranging from daily thoughts myself to all sorts of really fascinating interviews on virtually any subject you can imagine, so please do check that out. But today, something quite close to my heart really, in terms of I'm too old. Now, it's really interesting. I'm someone, honestly, I do have to be honest, I often forget how old I actually am. I've got a twin sister, so if I get really stuck I can ask her. But in all seriousness, age doesn't come into my discussions. When I have friends, when I meet new people, when I'm thinking about what I want to do with my life, age really doesn't come into the picture for me. I don't see it as a limitation at all. In fact, sometimes when I do remind myself of what my my calendar age is, I think it's quite funny because I don't identify as that at all. And therein lies the issue. How many of us have been given preconceived ideas of what you're meant to be like at a certain age, where you're meant to be financially, where you're meant to be health-wise, where you're meant to be in terms of relationships, and what you're meant to have ticked off in the achievement list of life that we're all told about. And honestly, everyone's journey is so different. And with the work that I do in holistic health for animals and humans, one thing that I can promise, and so many other people will tell you this, but if you don't believe it, therein lies the issue, that it's all down to your belief systems. If you want to change any area of your life, no matter what age you are, you can. Now, I'm not pretending I could go back to being an Olympic gymnast. I was never an Olympic gymnast in the first place, but I always wanted to be. And, realistically, I'm not going to achieve that now. However, I don't really want to. I've seen how much work it is and what they have to go through. So perhaps it was a blessing I never did in the first place. But all things considered, there's a squirrel. Indy, leave the squirrel. It's your friend. Not in that way either. She thinks about squirrels in a very different way to I do, and I'm not sure her intentions are honourable to the squirrel. But I digress. Indy, leave it. Good girl. So when people are thinking about I'm too old to change my life, I'm too old. I had a really lovely lady who I was speaking to last week, really wanted to start her own YouTube channel. And she's got an amazing range of gifts. I mean, she really has. Everything from learning how to jar her own food or can her own food, I think it's called, growing vegetables, preparing herbal remedies, to making clothes and crocheting. And I was like, I would watch that. I would absolutely love to watch that. The wisdom that you've accumulated of this, self-sufficiency is a very buzzword at the moment. And I don't say that in a derogatory way. I think it's really, really important. But there's so many skills that people have. And I was like, of course you're not too old. I'd love to watch that. I know loads of people that would love to watch that. And she was like, oh, wow, I thought I couldn't at my age. I thought no one wants to see older people. And I'm like, well, I don't even think about that. I'm just, is this person interesting? We can learn from people younger than ourselves. It's a beautiful sunny day here, look. I I'm in the woods, so I've gone the quiet route. So I'll show you the dogs in a minute if I can work out how to turn the camera down when I'm feeling. But yeah, so I also see people, obviously when you go through different phases of your life, depending what's going on in your life, you know, the children, if you've had children, leave home. Some people get into the grandparent stage if they're lucky enough. Work situations often change. Health situations do change. You know, people have relatives to look after, neighbours to look after. Perhaps there's some lifestyle decisions that are catching up with you. But whatever it is, for me, the first stage is really about acknowledging it. It's sort of doing these regular audits. I spoke about it a bit in my last video about have you got time. If we do these regular audits and just be honest with ourselves, not in a critical way, not in a shaming way, what isn't going well for me at the moment? I just want to show you my dog. Indy, say hi. Lola. Oh dear, I'll just turn the camera up. That's going to make everyone feel seasick. I'll get better at these as I go along and work out what to do. But, you know, see Lola in the background there. I really would encourage people to really take a good look, an honest look regularly. Don't just wait till New Year to do this. Don't wait till your birthday. You know, we all come up with these New Year resolutions and we're coming into the holiday period, so it's often a time for reflection for people, often a time of overindulgence. I would really encourage you, you know, each week sit there and spend just 20 minutes taking stock of where you're at. What's going well for you from your perspective, not what other people are telling you, not their expectations of where you should be at a certain stage in your life. Where do you feel happiest? You know, one of the things I think so many of us that watch my channel, this wonderful community, a lot of us realise one of the beauties of age. Indy's very excited with all the squirrels and pheasants out this morning, and we've seen a few deer already. You know, one of the things I think so many of us realised is the material things don't matter. Those of you will see, I mean, look what I'm wearing. I've had this hat for about 10 years and I love it. My children gave it to me for Christmas, so it's got sentimental value. And those of you that watch my videos show that I wear the same thing the whole time. You know, everyone's got different interests. For me, clothes aren't a big deal. I like to be warm and I like to be comfortable. And I've got one outfit, like when I go to my husband's Christmas do, that I can make myself look reasonably presentable in. And other people, that's a really important thing. So we've got to really go for what's important for us. For me, what's important for me, I've spent probably an hour and a half. I spent about an hour and a half most mornings doing my animals. And this time of year, you know, it's really cold, so we've got the heat lamps on, lots of extra hay, lots of extra food, making sure the animals that need coats have got coats on and things. But going back to, are you too old to do something? The point of this rambling is really that you're never ever too old. I want to sit here and tell you, you really are not too old. I don't mind whether it's starting a new career at whatever age. I mean, when you look at how many successful people have their most successful career very late in life, because they've learnt all the lessons, they've learnt what's important, and then they know what to do, and this time they can apply it and have results in a couple of years that they never thought possible in their younger years. On the health side of things, you know, when you start losing your health, sometimes that's the biggest kick up the backside to do something differently. And some of the healthiest people I know, I'm going to be hearing more about this actually, but some of the healthiest people I know are way older than myself, and I'm in my late 50s. So, you know, please just take this little message. If this hits home with anyone that's watching it or any loved ones that you want to pass it on to, please know that whether it's aspects of your personality you don't like, your outlook on life, you're managing your stress levels, your weight, on those two issues. If anyone's got issues with weight gain, which can creep up on us as we get older, especially when we're stressed or hormones are out of balance, which go hand in hand, and with all the toxins that we're exposed to. So stress and weight I have got major solutions for. So if you want help with that, comment below and I'll send you my email address so we can connect. My email address is in the description box below. But I really want to encourage everyone, whatever the age they are, you know, whether you're 20 or 90 or anything in between or anything above and below, please don't let your age define you. Please ignore what other people say. I mean, one of my best friends, she's adorable. She's one of the funniest people I know, actually. But she said to me a couple of weeks ago, oh, now we've got to our age, we really can't wear jeans anymore. And I was like, bugger off, speak for yourself. Oh, well, I only wear jeans really most of the time, although in the winter I do like my comfy jogging bottoms. But, you know, we've got all these society expectations on us and we just do not have to accept them. So I intend to grow old disgracefully. If this resonates with you at all, please just put the word age in the comments. The reason I asked for this, and I got this idea from someone else's channel, is that YouTube only shows videos to people where there's interaction, where there's a like, where there's a share, where there's a comment. And a lot of people are watching things on their phone, they're busy, and of course I love longer and more detailed comments. I love seeing what advice other people have got to have. But if you haven't got time for that, it really doesn't matter. Just a word will, one, let me know whether this resonates with you, and secondly, it just really helps because it gets people to actually see the videos, which is a massive help for me because I also want to have that connection with you guys. I really appreciate each and every person that watches it. Morning! I really appreciate each and every person that watches, that sends me comments, that gives me ideas, because we all learn from each other, and that's what I love about this. So have a fantastic day, everyone. I will see you soon. Off to let the dogs off now and have a good run. See you soon.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And if you feel inspired, please do share with your friends and family. This helps us spread the word and also helps me encourage some exciting new guests to take part in this podcast. And above all, stay curious and stay free.